we fucking go! You're listening to Bread and Circuses.
Was like the mob media, for one, is the entire world populated. Like everybody's on Twitter. Fucking the UK is on Twitter. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
unfortunately.
With Caleb Salvatore.
Well, they can't go to the comedy shows because there's a 2-drink minimum, and you can't mix the Percocet you've been stealing from work with liquor.
And Nick Kohler.
There literally be people in the fucking 80s that didn't know that nutting in a girl would make her pregnant.
No one's asked that question. What did those families do to provoke Alex Jones like that?
You know what'll solve all of these racial police protests? A Pepsi.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of Bread and Circuses.
It's Bread and Circuses. We are recording this after England has lost the Euro Cup. So, man, July's a rough fucking month for England, dude. They get a bunch of shit the first week. Then they lose the Euro Cup the second week, man. Something else is gonna happen in the third week, like the Queen's gonna fucking keel over.
Well, we could only be so lucky, right? I love to troll the English. Have you seen the royal family Facebook page?
No, but I want to now. I'm gonna go look it up after
they
this.
They hate Prince Charles for some reason. Like
Prince Charles is kind of a dickhead, man.
He kind of helped off Princess Diana from Mia's breakdown for me earlier this afternoon. But yeah, so every time they post pictures of him, it's like people will comment and they'll be like, you can dress him up however you want. He's still a clown, which in England is fighting words, right? In America, it's like, really, that's all. But, you know, in England, we're a little bit less creative. Those are fighting words. So,
they can't even do their own language, right, man? They're like, "Oh, the Willy Bonker Binkers."
Yeah, exactly. See, I love to fuck with the British people whenever I see pictures of him, because there's some that still do really like him. And whenever I see pictures of him, like on their official page, I'll comment and be like, "Wow, Frank Garrett's looking good." Have you ever seen the Frank Garrett memes?
Yeah.
So that's
super funny.
For those of you that don't understand the reference, which is, to be honest, probably most of you, it's probably been 15 years. Frank Garrett was this guy in like some town in Oklahoma that ran this construction company. And these people prank called him with an Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard, and he just lost it. Freaked the fuck out.
This is like the fucking back in the days when the internet was like the wild. This was like some shit you looked up on like funnyjunk.com.
Yeah,
like
Frank Garrett's a YouTube OG. All right,
yeah, man.
So he just freaked the fuck out. So Frank Garrett wound up getting his own soundboard. And they would call other people as Frank Garrett and piss them off, and then they would get a soundboard, and it was just this big spider web effect.
Do you remember the irate black guy?
Yes, I'm gonna smoke you.
He's like,
with this clip, baby. That guy.
They call the irate black guy the irate black guy
with
soundboard.
Him. Yeah, he's just like, that sound like me. And
he's like, you sound like a bitch.
Yeah, the most, like, they threatened to kill him and all kinds of shit like that. But the thing that upsets him the most is they call him a white boy.
A white boy.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? I got my gun.
Yeah. Did you ever, the trigger, dude? Those made like Fox News a few times. Those so pranks funny, did. Dude. Well, because like one of the victims of Frank was this guy that they called Rick the Mullet Man. Did you ever listen to that?
Yeah, I've heard Rick the Mullet Man. He talks like this. Like,
and he would like. It's some guy in Missouri, and he thought Frank Garrett was a Frank Garrett in Independence, Missouri. So Rick the Mullet Man just starts lobbing all these threats. He screams the guy's address out. Apparently, he was like calling the actual Frank Garrett, like accusing him, and like cursing at his wife and kids and shit. But like, I mean, it's bad. Like he's threatening to like blow you away with his AR-15 and stuff like that. So they made a soundboard of Rick the Mullet Man because that call went on for like 30 minutes, right?
Which they called the irate black man as Rick the Mullet Man.
And that one pissed them off. But the one that got the most attention, there was a few. One of them, they called it A Nightmare on Burton Street because that's where Frank Garrett and Independence lived, was on Burton Street. Yeah. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
It's like an hour and a half. They call like every house on Burton Street, and like the Independence PD was freaking out, thinking some maniac was coming to like commit terrorist attacks against this neighborhood in Independence. And I mean, they cussed everyone up and down. I mean, death threats, you name it. It was on Fox News. And it was fucking wild.
That's
like
hilarious.
The cops would get on the phone and they threatened to kill the cops and stuff like that.
Man, that was like back in like the fucking Wild West days, man. Like,
well, you couldn't trace a phone call back then.
Yeah, you might. I don't even know when. I don't even know when they were able to start being able to do it. Didn't they have to like triangulate the call?
So it's not like it is now. What had to happen was they had to call, and there would have to be a device set up on the phone. So someone could call you 25 times prior to that and nothing happened. The cops would have to come in and set the phone up with the device, and it wouldn't actually be able to trace it until they called you and you picked up again. And then they'd still have to keep them on the line to triangulate it. Yeah. Like they'd have to. So, I mean, now it's a little bit easier and you know, there's cell phones and you can figure out where calls are coming from and shit like that. But
yeah, because like every cell phone has basically GPS on it, so basically the cops can tell where you are when you're using it. So.
Well, and these guys were using VPNs and shit like and Skype and all that stuff.
Back when VPNs were free.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that stuff, I mean, in 2009 was way above any, you know, local PD, especially Independence, Missouri. Yeah. They weren't going to be able to figure that out.
Back then, if you had a VPN, you were like fucking hacker man, dude. Yep. Like people were like, VPN, oh my God.
Yeah, back when they were free. Now it's like $100 a year.
Yeah, dude.
What kind of horse shit is that?
Dude, when I was over in Kuwait, which was like 2016, everybody used free VPNs on their phones. Yeah, so you could watch porn, man.
Yeah, because it's illegal.
They were all blocked. Yeah, and then we got back, and then like a half a year later, they're all like $20 a month for a VPN. Hide your shit. It's like, yeah. I mean, I'm not really doing much for it. The only reason I think you would need one anymore is if you were like torrenting shit.
Yeah, which is like impossible now.
It's really tough to do that now without a VPN.
Well, they sell it to you as, oh, you need to protect yourself from hackers, the government, whatever. I'm like, dude, they can all break through your $20 a month VPN. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like they're, those guys they're gonna get into it. You know, it
stops the companies that are like those companies that try to hold you ransom for downloading some shit. It stops them because they just go off your IP address.
Are those even a thing anymore?
I don't know if they are now. Maybe they probably are, man. I don't know. I know they can't track it if you download YouTube to MP3 though. So
no, they can't. I used to work with someone. It was actually used to work with this person too, and I'll tell you off air if you can't gather it from here.
I think I know who it is.
Their husband got that FBI virus that said you've been downloading child pornography, and he paid it.
God damn.
I'm like, you know, you need to check in on what your husband's been doing online, because if he was willing to pay that, like, you know,
I will say the people that don't understand anything about the internet, those are the kind of people that think that like, oh, you can hide child pornography when you're downloading images off of Google Images. like, oh, when I copy pasted that image of the fucking banana holding his own peel, that's how they stuck the sound.
They think that stuff can actually get stuck on there. But I mean, like the thing is, dude, the FBI is not gonna warn you. And if they really did have all these egregious charges, like child pornography is a serious charge. If they had that on you, they wouldn't let you go for $200. Like that's like a bad speeding ticket. Like
$200 is like basically
like you ran a red light.
Maybe like you like got into like a really like not like low speed collision or something.
That's what $200 is. Like they're not gonna let you go on these horrific like crimes against humanity for a small fee. You know what I mean? Like, and the FBI only accepts payment in Target gift cards, in case you weren't aware.
Yeah, or Steam gift cards.
Yep, Steam gift cards. What do they do with the Target gift cards when they get them?
I don't know. Maybe they use it to like buy other stuff online and then like return it or something. I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a fucking a money launderer, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
If you probably asked a Target employee, they would probably know.
I have you ever talked to a Target employee? I don't think they would know.
Not really, no.
I don't think they would know.
I think working at a Target is probably one step above working at a Walmart.
I mean, there's definitely tiers. You go to Target and people might actually help you. You know, like
you go to Target, there's usually not people like, there's like normal looking people in Target.
Exactly.
Some people
like
just go shop
at kids.
Yeah, people just go shop at Target just so they're not shopping at Walmart.
That's what I do. Literally, I shop at Target because I mean, it's like you said, it's like Target employees are like college age kids and like moms that wanted to get out of the house kind of thing.
Yeah.
Walmart employees literally looked like they got picked out of prison rehabilitation programs.
Yeah, or they were like human trafficked in from like Eastern Europe.
Exactly. Exactly it, dude. Dude, I used to go there because it's cheap, but like I avoid that store. I pay extra to not shop at Walmart just because I can't stand it anymore. It's just,
you know what? I will say one thing about Walmart is I like their like produce and meat selection a lot better than Target.
I see produce and meat. I want to get it locally because I want to know that it wasn't shipped in on a truck. Like,
yeah, I mean, most of the shit's grown in Mexico here, so it's like right.
Yeah,
over.
that makes sense. Yeah. No, I mean, so meat, I'm in Nebraska. We have a lot of Nebraska bred beef. I don't want to be getting it, from Walmart and God knows where in, Florida or wherever they're bringing it from.
I think in Omaha, a good place to get meat is, I think, what's it called? Like No Frills or something, right? Isn't that the place that's got a really good butcher?
Hy-Vee does. I go to Just Good Meats. It's a butchery.
Just Good Meats is good, man. I like to go there to get their deer jerky.
Yeah, that's where I like to go. That's my spot. And that's all Nebraska beef and stuff, and I know where it's coming from, and it's select cuts, and it's not Walmart. I don't know. I'm just not or Target. Excuse me.
I don't know. Yeah, I definitely, when you eat like high quality meat, which is really hard now because that's just like $50 for a fucking steak right now.
Yeah.
But definitely, you don't feel as bad. Like you feel like actually really good after you eat one of those. It's like kind of hard to explain.
Well, so funny story about that. Today, actually, we had been battling with our apartment over some issues with the fridge not closing, right? So to counter the fridge not closing, I had turned it all the way up on like the coldness level.
Yeah.
Just to counter it, just because it wouldn't close and there was a gap open. So I was just trying to counter that and keep it as fresh as I could for as long as I could until they came in and fixed it. Threatened to sue your apartment, by the way. That always gets what you want, like in the same day. That's how I figured. We battled for a week, and I threatened to sue them. They were there within an hour. So, long story short. But yeah. So I jacked it all the way up, and then I forgot to turn it back down once it got fixed, and I had a bunch of meat in there because I'm back on keto now, and I was gonna eat, and I was planning on having a porterhouse steak tonight. Like this is how my night changed, right? I had stopped at the grocery store and I got like a cheap like arm steak for the dogs. I was going to chop it up and just cook it well done and not season it and give it to them. I was planning on having a porterhouse. Well, the fridge froze my porterhouse. That takes like 4 hours to thaw out.
Yeah.
It froze everything else in the fridge. I wound up having that arm steak for my dog.
Damn, rip. Probably like froze like your milk and shit too.
Yep, everything's. That's whatever. But that's what pissed me off the most is I'm like, well, fuck. Like now.
That's porterhouse steak's got to be like what, $22 or something like that right now.
Dude, it's all in Nebraska, so there's no like extra fees, and it's all coming from the same place still, and it's all pretty much controlled. The prices really haven't risen there.
That's good, man. The price, dude. I seriously went to the grocery store yesterday and was like looking at the steak, just out of curiosity, like window shop at this point, dude.
Yeah.
A fucking like a thick like T-bone steak normally be like fucking what, like maybe 12 or no, probably be like $14
$15,
here, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so like it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
It was $32.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, dude, that's like going to a restaurant and getting one made. Like, nah,
Dude,
man.
inflation's out of control everywhere. Like,
I don't think that's inflation. I think that's because the fucking meatpacking plants don't have
once
the
they've been shut
employees
down,
still.
and
Yeah,
that's
because they've been shut down for so long that it's like really fucked them up.
That's part of why my place hasn't had as much of an issue, is because they don't get it from a processing plant. It's like, it goes straight from Nebraska farms to the butchery and they cut it there.
Yeah, which would be cool if they could do that here, but the only thing they have, I'm pretty sure, is dairy farms out here. I know out in Anthony, if you go down the interstate, you'll see like cow farms where they're just fucking chilling, doing their cow stuff.
Yeah.
But I think they're dairy farms. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah. So since the last time we met on the show, John McAfee was killed by the feds.
Damn, man. I can't believe it's been that long since we've done a show.
Well, no, I think we might have skipped it last time. We didn't bring it up. I mean, John McAfee got killed by the feds. They did a coup in Haiti. Fucking Cuba is being overthrown.
Yeah, dude. God damn, dude. The fucking Biden administration is fucking up right now.
I know. They got a little too vulturous with their behind closed doors ventures. You know what I mean? Little too bold. The Biden administration. Yeah.
It's so annoying because, like, dude, nobody ever holds fucking Biden accountable for shit, man.
No.
It's just like super annoying because I'm like, I don't care if people are doing that to Trump, but like they don't do it to fucking every other president, man. Yeah, everybody should hate their fucking president, dude.
That's exactly how it works. I mean, look how the British hate Frank Garrett. Like,
yeah, we should we should literally always give every fucking president the Trump treatment. Like every president should like be
over scrutinized.
Over scrutinized. Fuck yeah, man.
No, I agree. Have you seen the way that reporters talk to him?
No, I don't pay attention to them because they're all fucking shills, man.
It's like I don't watch that much of it either, but the ones I have seen, the way they talk to him, man, it's like when you have like a great grandparent or a grandparent that's on the verge of losing their mind and isn't really mentally there anymore. That's how they talk. Like
all those reporters that are allowed in to talk to Biden are people that are basically on the fucking government payroll.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
it's how are you today?
They're
that's nice.
Yeah, they're all propaganda artists, man. I don't pay attention to those fucks.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big fucking scam. And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, when it comes to like current events news, you don't need to fucking hear somebody's opinion on it.
Yeah.
It's like you just need to know what's going on and then you can form your own opinion. So it's like,
yeah. What I love is how they're scrambling to make it seem like the protests in Cuba aren't against communism.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, they just want COVID vaccines. No, they're protesting America's trade blockade, not the I'm like, yeah, that's why they're waving American flags, right? Because that's what you do is you wave the flags of the people you're protesting. That makes sense.
Yeah. And not having be on fire or something like that, like actually like wearing clothing with like the American flag on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's no. This isn't a failure of socialism. Like, dude, it's okay. You can take your L's. Like, you guys.
No, they can't. That's the fucking thing is that they can't, dude.
There was a basketball player. He played for the Pistons, for the Celtics. His name was Rasheed Wallace. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Yeah, I know who Rasheed Wallace is.
Rasheed Wallace was the only basketball player who never committed a foul. Every time he got called for a foul, he would lose it and just outright denial. That is what they are. Communism has never once failed. Never once.
He always said that there was always a fucking conspiracy with the refs against him, and the refs kind of admitted it.
Yeah,
there was.
I mean, he was notorious.
He was a total asshole, but the refs were like knew he was a total asshole, and was just like anytime he'd be like.
He had the
fucking throw him out of the game.
He had the record for technical fouls in a career, and he was proud. He got ejected from like his 10-year-old's basketball game.
Yep.
Screaming at the ref. But so communists have become the Rasheed Wallaces of the economic world, essentially.
Not even just the economic world, just like the real world.
We've never committed human rights violations. That's literally right on par with Holocaust denial, except more people are dead because of it.
Did you see the Twitter pages from the Chinese media pages? Like
No.
making like, oh my god, dude. They
Oh,
were
about
like,
America, about the
yeah,
guns.
they were like, oh, this is what happens when America has guns and stuff like
Yeah.
that on Independence Day and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I
God,
quote
dude.
tweeted that. I quote tweeted that at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, by the way. I quote tweeted that. I said, "Don't you guys get the death penalty if you complain about a pothole?" like,
Yeah, literally.
like that's for a country. I mean,
the thing is, it like what it's funny or like what's different with China and America, right? And people probably know this by now because like a lot of people complained about it, but every Chinese media source is government owned. So
and racist as all hell.
yeah, exactly. So like China is like a fucking crazy its own thing, right? So
Yeah.
but right. So if they're like, I think if there's any country in the world that has no fucking room to like criticize any government over anything,
Yeah.
it's the fucking Chinese government, man. They're
right. Well, I mean, they're committing genocide against Muslims.
They literally have concentration camps, man.
The Chinese government is a glaring example of why everyone in this country should own multiple firearms.
Exactly. It's like it'd be like if like so a lot of people fucking will talk about how like America used to do stuff with like the Native Americans, right?
Yeah,
like
it was fucked up. It was terrible.
It was fucked up, and I think everyone admits it, right? Well, that's going on right now over there.
Yeah, that's the difference. Is I mean,
unless
someone's
the Uyghurs
just
are basically like a Turkic people, like Western, like the Gobi Desert, like way West China.
That's the difference, though. It's just like you said. I'm sure you could find someone that was just a full-blown racist, right? But for the most part, if you ask Americans about like how the whole Native American history was handled, about 99% of us agree that was fucked up shit.
It's
like,
taught in schools that it's fucked up. It's not happening right now.
Yeah,
Over there, it's happening right now.
Like 99% of Americans agree that was fucked up. It was a bad moment in our history. We wish we could undo it. These fucking wannabe commie LARPers, they pretend like the Uyghur Muslim genocide isn't even happening.
It literally also too that happened like 100 to 200 years ago.
Yeah, this is now.
I must repeat, it's happening right now.
Yeah.
It's been happening for like the last decade.
Now, with all the information available, there's you got access to the outside world, all that shit. It's not like it went. I'm not making excuses for what happened here 200 years ago because there isn't one.
Not only that, but China is just as imperialistic as the United States government is. They have all sorts of colonies and territories in Africa.
No, exactly.
The Pacific Islands and shit, man. Like they're just as imperialistic.
If there was a land that was as untamed as the U.S. was in the 1600s, the Chinese government would have. That's around today. The Chinese government would have nuked it.
Well, they'd at least
not nuked it, but they would have taken it over.
Raping all the resources from the west coast of America right now. Like
absolutely.
Yeah, that's what they do in Africa. I've seen it. I've literally seen it firsthand.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
The Chinese, the Russians, the
Chinese, they literally want to get all the coal and like natural resources, like the fucking ore and stuff, all out of Africa, man. They're taking it all from all the governments there.
But I will say, the TikTok insult that goes around where they call white people colonizers. Have you seen that? And it's mostly other white people.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that shit, man. It's really good when you're like not on that kind of TikTok stuff. I'm not even really on TikTok.
I don't see it. I see it shared. That's not my TikTok. My TikTok is mainly alien conspiracies.
Yeah, basically.
And stuff about Cthulhu.
Mine is like fucking funny stuff, and then there's a lot of fucking cartel TikTok, which is one of
Jesus Christ.
They like fucking cartel members rolling up to go fucking murk a house or some shit.
Oh my God.
They like go fucking to make a TikTok of them with all their guns in their car and shit. I'm like, this is funny as fuck, man. Like they got like fucking, they'll be on a boat and they got like duffel bags full of fucking meth and stuff transporting in the United States.
Cartel TikTok. That's a new one.
Cartel Tok, man. There's a fucking TikTok for everything, man.
Fucking ISIS got to get a Twitch now. Like what the hell?
I didn't know you back then because I was still in the army, dude. There was like for real a ton of ISIS propaganda all over the fucking.
I remember that. I remember there was concern that they were recruiting people. I remember
they were recruiting people. They were recruiting people on Facebook, man.
Now
They
I
were
can't
all-
even make a Kyle Rittenhouse joke on Facebook.
They were all over fucking like 4chan back in the day and Twitter back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
they were all over the place, man. You would see fucking ISIS propaganda all over the place. And it was like really concerning. You're like, damn, man, there's actually people like on the internet that like are justifying their actions. Like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they got all those teenagers from England to fucking go over to Syria. That's literally how
How
they did it.
disappointed would you be in your kid if he joined ISIS?
I know there's a lot of people that don't want to let those people back in their country, but it's like I'm kind of on the side of they should, so they could get fucking prosecuted by law for joining a fucking terrorist organization. Man.
Exactly.
Like,
well, well,
although I guess I
your
don't wanna
daughter
see-
wouldn't be able to join ISIS. She'd just be treated as a second-class citizen because she's a woman. But
the people that join that don't see it as that. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy. But I'm trying to not use the word terrorist anymore, because we need to do like an episode about this with somebody. It's like, I've been thinking about this, that like, dude, literally terrorist is just some word they throw on to fucking everything to like
Sure.
basically dehumanize
right-wing terrorists.
Yeah, or
that's
even like just terrorists in general, man. They say that about
that's
like
the new one though. Right-wing terrorists are the new Islamic terrorists.
Yeah, right. It's like, dude, you literally could them by modern standards. The fucking American revolutionaries were terrorists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were insurgents. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's like, it's
Literally.
just like a fucking word that they use for like insurgents that aren't on our side.
Yeah, literally. I mean, yeah, it's just become such an oversaturated word. It doesn't carry any meaning anymore.
Yeah, but
Like-
dude, gangs in the United States are terrorists.
Literally. I mean, dude, you go to like, there's like certain border towns, and I mean, really bad parts of like Chicago, Detroit, East St. Louis, spots like that. I mean, they terrorize the neighborhoods there. The locals are
They're
terrified of
terrorists.
them.
Yeah.
It's not for political or religious gain, which used to be the official definition of terrorism. Now it's anyone we don't like. But I mean, terrorism, it used to be very specific. They used acts of violence to carry out religious or political goals, or religious or political end games. That's what it was. Now it's anyone we don't
Yeah,
like.
it doesn't matter if they're doing it for economic end games. Like, that doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I mean, the cartels, the fucking Bloods and Crips, they terrorize the locals, but they want to make money. They don't care about advancing religion or political ideology. That's the only difference. Like, same tactics are employed. Innocent
literally
people
the
get
same-
fucking killed.
Literally the same tactics are employed. Like,
It's like
yeah.
people get harassed, and it's like, there's no difference. But the point I was trying to make, we got carried away. That's cool though. I like when that happens. The colonizer thing. I see people share it, right? Where
I'm German, man. Germany had one colony in Africa, and they gave it up, and it was extremely like not fucking bad at all. Like the fucking Spanish, English, and French ones were. So
I'm Italian. All we did was fucking lose. Like, the only colonizer from Italy was Christopher Columbus, and I'm pretty sure he was on the Spanish payroll.
I think
he didn't even succeed.
I think people might give Italian people a little fucking too long a leash when it comes to that Mussolini shit, though.
He was a fucking loser, though. Mussolini was a loser.
Yeah, but they still give all the fucking they still say in media and shit portray Germans as like the fucking most evil people ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that's true, but
Although I guess the Italians didn't really do as much fucking. I honestly don't know a whole lot about fascist Italy.
Yeah.
Other than that, there are still people in Italy right now.
Oh, yeah.
That like will tell you that Mussolini was like the best thing to happen to fucking Italy, man.
People in Italy like Mussolini because for the longest time Italy was run by the mafia.
Yeah.
It was, and Mussolini and the fascists kind of got that a little bit under control, and it was an overcorrection. So people had just been so used to being, like we said, terrorized by the mafia, not for political or religious gains, for financial gain and power.
Because
at that point when they were running the country,
yeah, the political games got them out of fucking prison. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you had a guy that, I mean, depending where you fell, was quite literally worse. It was like when Pinochet in South America, I forget what country it was, but Pinochet, when they took over the communists, I mean, they replaced it with someone who was just as bad. He was a fascist dictator. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just two sides of the same coin. So it's however you like it, you know. Now, I would take the mafia and probably fascism over communism, because that doesn't end with me starving or ending up in a gulag. But, you know, at the end, fascism and communism are so similar, it doesn't even fucking matter.
Not really.
At the end of the day, it's all just state control and,
it is
and
state
starvation
control, but
and gulags.
it's like state control on like a different end. Like, I'm not justifying fascism at all, but like actually, as I learned this from a guy that was a political science graduate from some college in Florida or something. I met him in the reserves, but he told me the classical term for fascism or like definition of it was basically just like the government, like what classical fascists believed was that the only role of government was to regulate business, and that was it.
Yeah.
Literally it. So it wasn't to regulate social behaviors or anything like that.
So they were low key kind of libertarian.
Not really, because libertarian is like the free market fucking decides, whereas like fascists were like, nah, man, the free market fucks people up like a lot.
Oh,
of
okay.
times.
So they don't want any free market. Okay,
I thought it just
meant like control, so like you didn't have like 12-year-olds working 18-hour shifts.
Yeah, not necessarily like free market. I completely hate the free market, but like something like today, I know it's such a lame ass fucking example, but it is an example nonetheless of like the video game industry, like basically selling gambling and porn to kids.
Oh, okay.
That kind of shit would probably fucking be nixed under a classical fascist government. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you're a colonizer, so
no. Yeah. Germans didn't really have any colonies, man.
Well, no. So the point I was trying to make is on TikTok, you see these insults thrown at white people, usually from college-aged white women, almost exclusively, right? Where
who gives a shit about them? Though?
Exactly, not a soul on earth, not a soul on earth. Well, essentially, they call white people colonizers as a criticism. Here's my thing, though, man. When you come up with nicknames, colonizer implies they won. So, like, your biggest insult is that somebody won something. Now, it may be fucked up, but like at the end of the day, they still won. That's your biggest insult. You might want to go back to the fucking drawing board on that shit. That's all I'm going to say. Like that's all. If your biggest insult is it'd be like going up to Tom Brady and being like, suck my dick, you 7-time Super Bowl champion. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like
he'd be like, oh,
like thanks, I guess.
I'm mad, but I'm also like flattered.
Michael Jordan, hey, greatest basketball player of all time. Eat a dick. Like that's essentially what. Like, okay, sure.
It'd be more like saying like, shut up, you 6-time NBA champion.
Yeah.
Like 4-time MVP.
Hey,
was Michael Jordan a 4-time or 5-time MVP?
I think it's 5.
Yeah, shut up. You can't have an opinion about this, you 5-time MVP.
Exactly. Hey, you fuckwad who started his own business and became a first-generation self-made millionaire. Yeah. Fuck you. Shut the hell up.
Hey, you fucking owner of an NBA team.
Yeah.
You don't get to speak on this.
You don't get an opinion on this. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. TikTok is truly. I mean, you know. So I was super anti-TikTok when it first came out, and I've kind of taken a 180 on it.
It just reminds me of Vine. That's it. I get onto it every once in a while. I don't take it seriously at all. There are people out there that take it like way too seriously. And I'm like, dude, fucking chill. Like
you can't take it seriously. David Terrell Green, comic friend of mine, he had a video making fun of Nicki Minaj, right? And it wasn't like a big deal. He made it just as like a throwaway thing. He woke up to thousands of replies. Because honestly, that's the cool thing about TikTok is it's not like YouTube and Facebook and shit where it's got certain algorithms where only certain channels are really allowed to succeed, you know, organically.
Basically what it does is I will commend TikTok on this, and this is kind of how it's so addictive, is they basically show you the content that you want to see.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't shove shit down your throat like Facebook and YouTube do.
It shows shit down your throat, but it's like circle jerk stuff. It's
stuff that you want.
If you're a fucking woke ass 16-year-old that doesn't know shit about
and that's
the
also
world,
a problem though, is you get these echo chambers.
So you get the circle jerk, man. Yeah. It's like if all you do is like shit, hating on fucking whatever,
right?
You know, hating on the fucking English government or hating on white people or something like that, or even hating on black people.
No, that would get shut down.
No, that TikTok is a Chinese company, man. They don't fucking shut that shit down.
Chinese people do.
They don't give a shit about that, dude.
Well,
there was like also I've seen some fucking stuff on TikTok. Dude, there's like cartel TikTok. There's fucking racist TikTok. You know what I mean?
The cool thing though is you organically you can blow up and go viral without pouring money into it, like on YouTube where you have to buy views and subscribers or it won't get into the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's cool about it. But at the same time, so David wakes up to thousands of replies from Nicki Minaj fans trying to dox him, trying to get his account banned, threatening to call venues and tell them not to book him, trying to figure out what his day job is so they can get him fired. Nicki Minaj herself starts liking these replies.
Damn, man.
And they're threatening to kill him. They're trying to find where he lives. And he's like texting me as it's happening. I'm like, okay, well, first off, Nicki Minaj fans are not coming to your house. So get that out of your mind.
I'll say this. Those people that like that on TikTok, I mean, those people aren't even all American. Some of those people are like fucking English and like South American and shit. Here's the thing is that those guys really overestimate the power that they have, man. Like
it's not that much.
Yeah, they think that they can like, oh, call his fucking work, he'll get fired.
They like, literally don't care.
Nobody gives a shit, man. The only people that give a shit are when it's like fucking real big celebrities like fucking Tom Hanks or something like that. Post some anti-Semitic shit.
Yeah.
And even then they come back after 6 months.
Tom Hanks is probably a kid fucker and nobody cares about that. So exactly. I mean,
no, you can be a kid fucker. You just can't be racist. You know?
Racist. That's right. Well, yeah, no, that's it really. I mean,
I think we gotta take on this quarter after 11.
Yeah.
For Caleb,
well, their employers. What I was gonna say is their employers are gonna take one look at those calls and gonna be like, well, were they planning to bomb the Pentagon? No.
Yeah.
Was he like openly saying he was gonna join the Nazi party, and that Hitler had good points? No. Oh, he said that he said maybe we should cut welfare. Well, that's not racist. No, he's not fired.
They're like put it in the fucking complaint bin with the rest, and it's just a big incinerator.
He said my property taxes are a little too high. That's not a fireable offense.
Yeah.
We'll let it go on this. I had I get notifications from Sarpy County. I don't even live there. I don't know why. But I get notifications from Sarpy County, and there was one I got today. It said, reminder, your property tax is due whenever. So I just commented and said,
you don't even have property, man.
No, I said, but it was like a public post, right? So everyone could see it, and like everyone got notified because like counties, like governments, local governments can post like alerts to Facebook and notify everyone now. So I just commented and I just said, property tax is theft. And the amount of boomers I had, well, next time you tell the fireman to let your house burn next time it's on fire. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to call him as soon as I get done talking to you. I'll let him know.
I'm going to call him to your house.
Yep. I'm going to send him. Yeah. I'm going to let the fire. I'll tell him to let it burn. So that's
from my VP, my $100 a year VPN.
Yeah, from your house. Yeah, and that's the callback. That's how we'll end it. Fucking beautiful.
All right, guys. You got anything? You got any shows coming up or anything, Caleb?
I have got the month of July off, and I'm enjoying it. So we do our. I guess I'm at liberty to talk about this now. So we do our open mic at Wired Pub on Thursday nights at 8. Right, that's a thing. Every now and then we'll get people there. It's a Thursday night mic. Thursday nights are tough to promote. So what we're doing, we're going to keep the mic up. So for the longest time, it's been everyone gets 10 minutes at the mic, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that in half or down to 7. I don't know. We haven't decided yet. We'll see how long it takes. But before the mic, so we're going to push the mic back an hour. And before the mic, so at 8 o'clock, we don't have a name for it yet, but we're going to host a Legion of Skank style live comedy podcast once a week where all the comics can just come on stage. We got 4 microphones. They're going to pass them around and talk shit. And we're going to, we got a device. We're going to record it and publish it and everything. And it's got to be something new. It's free. People are welcome to come out and watch it. You know, any comic can come on and we'll pass the mics around and let them come up on stage and shit like that. It'll be just a big fucking, we're Comedy and Chaos Productions. It'll be big, just fucking chaotic. A big old fucking who knows what's going to happen. And I think that's the fun of it. So I don't have a name. We don't have a name for it yet, but we're coming up with it. So stay tuned. But yeah, that's
awesome,
coming.
man.
Thursdays at 8 at Wired Pub. It's going to be fucking crazy. There's nothing like it's kind of like Legion of Skanks, but it won't be. There's going to be more chaos element to it. So I don't know what's going to happen.
I'll try not to get canceled.
I have to start to get canceled. So
yeah, right.
You got anything going?
I'm just trying to get through the summer, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't have a lot of free time right now. That's what happens when you got a year-old kid. So
yep, I'm trying to make it to mid-August, Vegas, baby.
Yeah, so I can start school back up. That's about it, right?
That's when I'm going to Vegas. So that's all right. Well, we'll call it good there. Bread and Circuses. Fuck. Like and subscribe on knocked my can over. Like and subscribe. I'm not even drinking. This is Pepsi. Like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that shit. Follow us. It's in the description below if you aren't already. See you later. Peace the fuck out.
Deuces, guys. See ya. Thanks for watching.